Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be learning this solo. Link below, I'll have the tab and also the backing track so you can practice alone, because I want to discuss the different chords that this solo is being played over as well in today's lesson. All right, let's hear the lick by itself slowly. All right, so this lick starts in kind of using the E harmonic minor scale, but it's actually over a B7 chord. So we're hearing this, and then we start this run. After that run, it's a one measure run. It goes to these chords, kind of an F sharp to G thing, and that's where this bend will happen. Resolving the bend on an E minor chord. And then it kind of sits that for a while, and then this is where that lick happens as well. That's over that E minor. Then it goes to B7 one more time. That's where this happens. And then right back to E minor for these phrases. And we'll discuss that a little bit further, but that's the kind of overall scope. We have starting on a B7 or B major kind of chord, and then going this F sharp to G to E minor. So it's kind of like that sound. All right, so now let's get into this run. It's a 16-note triplet run, and so it's going into sequences of 6 notes. So the first 6 notes looks like this. And if you guys don't know, harmonic minor is just the minor scale, but it's got a raised 7th, okay? It's got a major 7 in there. And so you'll kind of see that if you're familiar with the 3-note string kind of major scale shapes, you'll see the slight nuance of harmonic minor here. So we're going 7, 8, 11 on the E string. That's gonna be down, up, down, and then up, down, up on the A string, and that's gonna be on the 7, 9, 10. So we have, and that takes up 1 beat of that whole measure, and there's gonna be 4 beats. So we have 4 kind of these 6-note sequences happening. So then we're gonna stay on the A string, but first finger is gonna move up to the 9th fret and go. Followed by the D string, and that's down, up, down, by the way. Followed by the D string, and that is 9, 10, 13 on the D string, with an up, down, up. So the second sequence happening on the second beat of that measure is that. If you would like the tab for today's lesson and also the backing track so you can practice this solo over or just have fun jamming over it, it's over my Patreon, link down below. Over there, there's tons of in-depth guitar lessons as well as tab, and I'm starting to do a lot more backing tracks for all my lessons so you can have tons of fun trying new backing tracks and also working up to be able to play these in the context of a song. All right, thank you guys so much. Let's get back into the lesson. Now we're gonna move our first finger up again to get that shape. On beat 3, that's gonna be 10 with a downstroke, 13, 14. Then we're gonna go to the G string, 11, 12, 14. Now we have one more of that sequence. First finger is, we were on the G string. We're gonna move up from 11 to 12. And then we get 12, 14, 16. B string. So we have 13 on the B, all the way up to 16. And then we hit 17. And then we pick that again, and we're gonna move into the next part. But just that first sequence ends right there. And I do recommend, I use my pinky right there for that last note. I would recommend trying to use your ring finger. The reason why is we're gonna flow right into a bend And we can bend with the pinky finger, and we should practice that and develop that, but it's usually more natural for us to bend with the ring finger. So I would kind of choose to switch to the ring finger for that 17th fret on the B string so we can bend for the next part of the lick. And that all happens on a B7. Now let's move into this part. And that's where we get this bend. So we do a whole step bend on the 17th fret B string. And then without picking it again, we go a half step further, so it's a minor third bend. Then we resolve it down to that 17th fret. So we're basically going. Right, so that's over that E minor, so we just went. And we hit that 17, that resolution, as the E minor's playing again. So we hold that for a second, vibrato it. Now we're gonna be like an E minor pentatonic for this next lick. So we're on the B string with our first finger sliding up to the 17th fret. We get with like a power chord shape right here. So that's, what is that, 19 on the high E. So down, stroke, slide to the 17, up on 19 of the high E, down, back there on the 17 of the B. And that flows into a slide to the 15. Do again, the same idea again, but right here. So that's grabbing the 17 on the high E. Slide back to the 12. Then we go 15 on the high E, back to 12 on the B string, and then we go to 14 on the high E, and we do a little bend. So now it's going to go back to a B7 here shortly, and that's where we do this little phrase, outlining that B7 sound. So we just did this. Hold that out. That's over the E minor still. And then over the B7. So we went 12, 12, 14, pull off the 12, and then slide to 11. Actually, I'm going down, up, pull off, slide back. And then we go B string, 13, 12, and then a pre-bend like that. So that little idea, one more time, walk through it. So 12 with a down, up on 14, pull off to 12, slide to 11. Then 13 on the B, 12 on the B, then a pre-bend on the 12th fret. So everything so far is. And then it goes back to E minor, and then I kind of just do this little simple melody thing down here on the B string. So that's the 7th fret half step bend. And then I do a little slide, half step slide, and then a pull off to 5. So 7, half step bend, slide to 8, back to 7, pull off to 5. And then end it off, I just go to the B string 3rd fret and do a whole step bend. Alright, right, so I hope you enjoyed today's lesson over this solo. I plan to do many more lessons like this in the near future, going over kind of contextual little solo things. So it's not just a basic pattern without any context. It's throwing cool licks in phrases, but in context over chords, over a key of a song, and at a certain BPM and stuff like that. So you guys can kind of see how it's going to be used in context, so you can practice it in the form of a solo, not just as a generic pattern. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.